Hi everyone, this is Tales from Destiny's Lair, and today I am doing a different kind of video. I am doing one on what is called the Twin Churches, located in Henderson Township, Jefferson County, Pennsylvania. And this is known as the Paradise Community Church. And we're going to come down here to the graveyard, which is called Maple Grove Cemetery. Every year, for a long time, we had family reunions here. There's a building across the street. That's where we would have our reunions, because a lot of our family on the Piper side came to this church, and we have a lot of family that's buried here, but there's also other graves. We have very, very old ones. This is the grave of a child that died when they were about 10 years old. And sadly, 5 years old, 17 years old. This is some more family members of that family. See, they died in 1925. And we got that sad soul died in 1908. They were the infant daughter of J.F. and M.L. Sufol. We go down and we see these unique graves, which is very unique. And I will go down and I will show you this one. I don't know if I'll do as much walking at the other church. I may just stop and do a quick video. At the other church, my grandparents and my uncle were buried, along with other relatives. But it's a lot smaller of a church. This one has the oldest graves. And I mean, this one, you can't even barely make out who they were or when they died. This is another one that is very old. You can't make out. This one is leaning over. We've got this one, which, unfortunately, an infant who died in 1881 was buried with the family. This is another very unique grave that you can't really make out. Now this is a family. And we've got this one that is Miss Harriet Yohe, and she died in 1918. Very, very old grave. This one, I don't know what happened, but unfortunately, it was destroyed. Very, very sad. We've got more old graves. And then we come down here, and we have these very unique ones. This is the Miller family. This was Eugene Miller, died in 1904, George Miller, 1929, and Rachel, 1953. They were all buried above ground. Down back here at the end of the cemetery are very old graves. We have somebody that died 1897, 1912. I can't make out that one. But I believe that they died in 1910.
And they were born in 1869.
And we have these small grave markers. They either say daughter or they just don't say anything at all. This is
why do they have markers?
I don't know. But this is a very, very old cemetery. You could see down there, they're very old, just pieces of concrete or whatever they make these out of, just sticking out of the ground.
Can they not afford gravestones?
My guess is, family was maybe very poor, or that's just how they did things, because a lot of these people died in the early 1900s. So, yes, we have a very old cemetery that I wanted to share. This is unfortunately an infant who died in 1935. But as you can tell, these are pipers. So a lot of pipers are buried here, as well as moose and shufflers. Somebody else. It's very sad when you see the graves of infants. But back then, there was a lot of sickness. So this is part 1 of my old cemetery visit and what is considered one of the twin churches in Henderson Township. And it's very unique that it's called the Twin Churches. So this ends part 1 of my video. We'll try to get to part 2. Today I am taking my son for driving lessons, so we ended up here. And just hang on and we'll get to a quick part 2 soon. So thank you from Tales from Destiny's Lair. We'll see you soon. Bye.